If you haven't yet, go ahead and check in to the meeting.
Does that feel like forever ago?
2019.
All right. All right, before we start our official meeting, there was a gratitude thing in the jar, so I'm going to be sharing. Two guesses, first who this is from and second who it's about. They call me sunshine, but you're definitely the energy that keeps me burning with a smile and laughter. I appreciate your energy and accompanied with dad jokes.
It's me.
Oh, I could be. Thank you for your love and energy. That's awesome. Who wrote this?
Tanika.
Oh, nice guess. And who did she write it about? He might be wearing red in the back.
Jay?
Jay, yes, Jay. And I agree wholeheartedly, Pat and Jay bring the love, laughter, and the dad jokes. So thank you guys. Yes,
And the
sir.
booze.
I told her I don't do stairs anymore because they seem like they're always up to something.
Ah.
All right. That's what we love. We love that. And I would like to, has everyone checked in? We all checked in? Oh. We're moving this in a minute.
We're gonna crash.
Crash and burn. Love it. All right, are we ready? We ready? Here we go. All right, I would like to bring Mike Binder up. Come on up. As you all know, we have a special guest gonger every week, and Mike is going to officially start our meeting. There's Gong.
I heard sweating really hard.
Oh, you gotta talk to these people.
Wow.
Good job.
It's good coaching.
Yeah, there is no end of people here who's gonna tell you what to do. You guys, I would like to introduce you, if you weren't in KW Achieve before this, perhaps this is your first time meeting Mike, but Mike is our representative for Homes.com. Homes is a website that was introduced at Family Reunion. It is something we've talked about a handful of times to make sure you claim your profile and get set up well. This is something that we believe is going to grow and going to be an amazing resource for our agents in the years to come. Mike is going to be with us after team meeting, yes?
Correct. I'm gonna hang around.
Okay. And he can help navigate what it's about and how you can plug in. He's going to be downstairs at our big table on the east side of the office. Good? Good?
Yeah, just kind of bring you up to speed on what's going on with the platform, tricks that you guys can currently use and leverage the platform. Some trickery that I've come up with just being some tomfoolery.
We love trickery.
A little
and
monkey business in there. Who
There you
knows?
go. All right, awesome. Well, thank you. Welcome.
Thank you.
Appreciate you being here. Right. So you guys, we always start with mission, vision, values. I'm going to invite Tina up. She's been talking about an event that occurred this last weekend. Tina.
So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who attended the fundraiser for Cindy. It was a wild success, and I know she was really happy to see a lot of agents there. The money goes towards helping them get hotel rooms and Airbnbs when they have to travel to Miami, which is where the clinic is, where she's getting all of the really great care. Really advanced research is happening there. So thank you so much to everybody who attended. I really appreciate it. And then I just wanted to say, save the date. They are doing another fundraiser in August, on August 19th at the Wisconsin Country Club. It's going to be a golf outing. I'd love to see a bunch of foursomes there. I'm getting words of just some of the raffle prizes that are going to be available. They sound pretty amazing. And I think it'll be a really fun time and a way to support, again, Cindy and her husband as they continue to battle ALS. So thank you so much for everybody who went. And if you want more information on the golf outing, you can reach out to me and I'll be happy to provide it.
Awesome.
Thank you.
About KW, once you're ours, you're always ours, and we'll take care of you as long as we can. So thanks for that. And then I wanted to, we have Memorial Day coming up, and here's a little insight to me. I now understand the difference between Memorial Day and Veterans Day. Does anybody, when they were younger, did anyone get those confused? Anyone know that? Okay, okay, I'm gonna admit to getting those very confused when I was younger. I come from a military family. My father has served, my great-grandfather has served. I have a picture of my great-great-grandfather riding a horse cavalry on the Trans-Siberian Railroad. He and his cavalry unit helped build that in Siberia. And I had to say, I must have been in my mid-20s when I understood Memorial Day recognizes people who gave their lives for our country. And it's quite an honor to know people who have felt that passionate and signed up for that kind of risk. And it means the world to me that we have the country that we have, where we can disagree. Hopefully we can learn to disagree civilly. It's not something we're always very, very good at. But to have people who protect the freedoms that we have and give their lives in such a way, I'm grateful that we as a country take a day out to celebrate. I'm also grateful that we take a day to celebrate with our friends and family, because that's what they gave their lives for, was the joy and the love that we can experience when we all come together. So you guys, Memorial Day is coming up. If you are wondering what the heck to do, I've heard a couple of people say, you know what, I just need some time to breathe and to kind of step out of my day-to-day. I love that. Do what you need to rejuvenate for you. And then as you look around at your friends and family, if you need some time to spend with them to recharge and to remember why we work so hard for what we do, spend time with your loved ones, because that's what this day, recognizing the people who have sacrificed for us to have this day, is all about. So happy Memorial Day, you guys, it's coming up. And our office is going to be closed. And what that means is my staff, our leadership team, actually has the day off. So you all have key fobs that will get you into all of our offices if you need to, if that's a day that you can't help but work. We understand that you have a business, you have to do it. Please, if you could, if you have a question that could wait until Tuesday, ask away on Tuesday. Let's try to give our folks who work, you know, all the things that you guys feel about this market, our staffs are feeling, just to support you and making sure you have everything that you need. And Monday is a day that they're going to try to be with their friends and family as well. So let's try to honor that as much as we can. Happy Memorial Day. Normal hours resume on Tuesday. We will not be having a Tuesday team meeting though. So you get a reprieve from me chatting at you. The other thing I wanted to invite you to, not everybody can get out to DC. To what?
Friday.
Friday, yes, I will. I'll get there. Oh, well, what Kathleen is sharing is generally in the summer when we have a day off on Monday, we also close down noon on Friday to give people an early start, to give our team an early start. So we will be closed Friday noon to Tuesday morning at 8:30. Come use your fob if you need anything, okay? Okay.
I got it.
Okay, good. I wanted to call this out, May 30th to June 2nd. There is a traveling memorial wall that comes through the country. It's going to be in Wisconsin on May 30th to June 2nd, Nixon Park in Heartland. If you've not been to Washington, D.C. to see the memorial wall, or if this is something that is an impact for you, bring people, go see. It's a very moving example of the wall that is recognized as some of our heroes. So I want to share that opportunity with you. And now want to talk a little bit about our business, right? So we're having an amazing start to the year. And I'm going to show you some of the statistics that are going to underline that. And all of this is an introduction to our guest today, James Shaw, is going to be plugging into us to share a little bit about the activity, the event that's going to be coming up here on June 5th. But before we kind of share him with the group, I wanted to give a little bit of perspective. This time last year, one of the things that we were super proud of and should have been proud of was that we were outpacing the MLS in a lot of categories, right? So this is KW Milwaukee. This is inclusive of all of our offices. Last year at this time, 2023, the Metro MLS was down 29%. we were pretty excited that we were only down 24%, right? Outpaced, and you can see that in every category. Closed sales volume down 24 for the MLS. We were only down 20 again and again. Listings sold 29.14, right? So last year, in a lot of ways, was a good year, but it felt like we were making a good year out of a struggle. It was a really challenging year. And this is our lore for 2024. Closed units, MLS is up 8. It's a pretty good showing. Keller Williams Milwaukee is up 27. 27, yes. Closed sales volume up 13, we're up 19. Listings sold, I love this one, 39%. We're outpacing the MLS. And you can see the numbers going down, right? Except for this last one here that I have hidden. Contracts written, plus 11, plus 5.
Been funny, that one was like terrible.
Yeah, right. And, you know, we might do that, but we didn't do that at this time. You guys, this is indicative of I was talking to somebody whose business is up there having their best month ever. Congratulations. I asked her what her secret was, what she was doing. And I love this answer. And you guys, it's not magic, it's consistency. I'm consistent, I'm out in the market, I'm doing my lead gen. This shows me that this KW Milwaukee, we are consistent, we're doing the work. We are not letting the market determine how we show up in the market, okay? Super proud of you guys for doing that. This is, whoops, just another look at the perspective here. Last year, we were down 24, and we were down the least of all of the brokerages in the area. So super proud of that. Down 24, Shore West was down 25. You can see the numbers as they go, as they continue to go. So in this world, success is outpacing the market. Frankly, in every world, success is outpacing the market. We are up now, up 27%. That's huge. And if anyone knows statistics, the larger you are, the harder it is to gain statistically, right? Because if you have 1 and all of a sudden you're 2, you've increased 100%. If you're at 14.1 and you go up to 15.1, you haven't raised 100%, right? You've only raised a tiny percent. So we are leading the pack and we are outpacing by percentage. That's, again, courtesy of the work that you guys are doing. I couldn't be more proud of how you guys show up. One of the other things that I wanted to call out, MLS closed volume is up 13. The top 12 firms represent 63% of closed units, both for dollars and units. KW Milwaukee averages 35% up. It's amazing. And we are the #1 most productive with on average 11 closed units per agent that averages 4.25 million. So good work, you guys. Love it. Okay, this last week, we also dove into what was winning on, as we were writing offers, and you can see here, we looked at 118 accepted offers. List price to accepted offer is inching up, right? Last year was 100, or last 3 weeks on average, it was 102.3. We're now at 104%, so people are having to put more money down. Earnest money up slightly from 8.2 to, or, yep, 8.2 thousand to 8.7 thousand. Inspection contingency, this to me is really interesting. Those numbers haven't changed much, right? 44% still want the inspection. Cash deals are up, right? Cash deals, cash king. Average down payment up slightly if it's financed, and the average appraisal gap is 1.2 thousand. You can't see it, but
It's like 12,000.
12,000. Thank you. So we'll send this out, you guys. We want you to use this to win as you're creating offers out there in the marketplace. Just really good intel in terms of working with your people, either buyers or sellers, right? Helping them understand where the market is going and what we can do. Okay, and this is just a reminder, we do have the listing sheet that goes around. We haven't talked about this for a while, but there's a rhythm that every Monday we send an email out to all the agents and all the market centers to talk about what listings they have coming. Every Tuesday, we review the submissions that we receive. So based on how many come in Tuesday afternoon or Wednesday, we send that out to everybody. This is a service that happens in Keller Williams, Milwaukee, to help you guys make connections. And I just wanted to remind, coming up to the holiday weekend, we not sending that on Monday. We'll send that on Friday, so that you can upload, and then we'll send it out on Tuesday, okay?
If one may have unsubscribed to that in the past, how do you get back on?
That's a great question.
This is
Can you
for the good of the cause,
It's
not
like asking for a friend,
anyone.
yes.
Can you just shoot me an email and I will ask the powers that be?
Yes. You can access my website. So let's the key. That's the one. Yes.
So, yes, if you did happen to not know what that was and thought it was spam, don't worry, no judgment, will help you get back in, maybe a little judgment for you, Scott, but for the rest of you, no
I never
judgment.
said it was me.
I know, I'm just saying, if you were to come and say it was you, I might judge a tiny bit, but, okay, you guys, the other thing that I wanted to share, when our business is up, profit share is up. So, context again, as of April 2023, so last year, we had 66,221, that's for 1 month we shared. Year to date, last year, we had shared 159.5, okay? This year, for April, we had 93.5, up 41%, right? Year to date, all offices have shared 175,809. So that money should have hit your bank account on May 21st. This office specifically, of that 93, I think we're at 26 or so. So you can see it, it's on the check downstairs. That's for this month. It was a really good month for some people. So take advantage of the opportunity to build your downline. We've got a couple things coming up. If that is of interest to you, come talk to us. We can get you connected, okay? Okay, and again, we're about to announce James Shaw, who's gonna dial into us. Kathleen's making her way out front because she knows this requires an expert's touch to make sure that he can be heard in this office. But one of the things that he posted not too recently that I think we see here, it is not the market, it is you, right? And a lot of times we think about that when the market's down, like, oh, the market's down, I shouldn't be doing that well. I want you to take that out of your mind, that the market absolutely dictates kind of how hard you might have to work, but you can choose to work hard and outpace the market, as we saw that we are doing. And we're gonna share, James is gonna come in.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Here he is.
I'm here, can you hear me?
Awesome.
There, yeah, we sure can. Hi, James.
Hi. Thank you for having me. First of all,
Thank you.
you were proving exactly what I wanted people to get when I posted this in Pivot Shift Ahead, which, by the way, I'm curious if anyone in the room is a member of my Facebook group, Pivot Shift Ahead, because you should be. There's 6 people. Awesome. There are 120,000 people in it. You should be in it too. But the thing that when I posted that, a lot of people actually got mad at me. But what I meant was, you can succeed in any market, and you just proved that through your numbers. You are way outpacing what's happening in the market. So that proves that it's not the market, that it is in fact you and the action steps that you take every day and how you show up and the plays you choose to run and your mindset around it. So cheers to you guys in Milwaukee. I appreciate that a lot. I'm excited to come back. Was it last summer or the summer before I came and did a shift event with you guys? You are an elite group of people. The quality of the leadership and the agents in your offices is awesome. And so I'm really pumped to come and do a course that actually Chris in Milwaukee helped us name it, RISE. I'm excited about our RISE course because it stands for Real Estate Inspiration, Strategy, and Execution. And what we're going to do is, from 9 to 3, map out in, I think, what are 4 key areas to make sure you can take advantage of the opportunity in front of us. Now, the challenge is, I think most agents are addicted to education and allergic to implementation. And it's a big issue in our world. We want to learn and do stuff and take notes and write things down, but there is a gap from the learning to the doing. But if you want to get results, you've got to do. So we're going to talk about how to do the do so you can get results. But the do's need to be things that work. And so I think there's 4 key spaces that are a challenge for us. One, first is our mindset. You guys clearly are in an environment that's got a great mindset and is pushing through and is keeping you focused on the right things. But our mindset will dictate the other three pieces, because mindset leads to perspective. And that'll be the second thing we cover, is perspective about the market, how to understand our potential buyer and sellers' perspectives on the market, because some are confused. How many of you have heard someone say, I'm going to wait for the market to crash? Have you heard that from a buyer? Anybody has heard? Two people. They have the wrong perspective about the market. There's no crash coming that we anticipate at this point. In fact, if we wait for rates to drop, prices will only escalate even faster because the inventory isn't there. We've got to have the right perspective about the market. But you know who else's perspective we have to fix is our own. We've got to have the right perspective about opportunity in this market. So first we'll do mindset, then we'll do perspective. And then the next two come from a conversation I had with Gary. I had a one-on-one with him a while back, and Gary Keller, in case anyone's confused. I like to name drop him. I had a one-on-one with Gary a while back, and I was talking with him, and I said, you know, I talk to agents every day because we do our mastermind call in Pivot Shift Ahead every single morning. We've been doing it for 4 years. We've got, 1,200 people on it live, and every day this is what I do. And I say, they seem stressed out, they seem anxious, they seem nervous. And I asked him, are you noticing the same thing? And he said, yes, which was interesting to me because I talk to everybody. The people I talk to are anywhere from brand new to people who are doing well over $1 million in commissions every year, and everybody in between. And so it would make sense that I'm going to get all sorts of different thoughts and feelings about the market when I talk to that group. But like Gary just had his top 200 mastermind last week. He's talking to the top people in the company, and he told me they're nervous. More of them are nervous and anxious and concerned. And I said, why do you think that is? And he said, well, it comes down to two things. Either, and you might write these down, they don't have enough leads in their pipeline, or they don't have enough reserves in their bank account. And when someone's leads are shallow, then they're nervous about where's the next listing coming from? Where's the next buyer coming from? When's my next closing going to be? And he said, and if they don't have any reserves, they're worried about how are they going to pay their next bill. And he says, what's worse is when you don't have either one, when you have no pipeline and no reserves. Because if you have a pipeline but no reserves, at least you have hope that there's some business coming down the line and you can survive. If you have deep reserves and no pipeline, then you feel a little bit better because you can pay your bills while you work to build the pipeline. But if you're short on both, that brings you all sorts of problems. So when we wrote Rise, what we wanted to do was cover leads first, help you deepen the pipeline. But the challenge is most of the stuff we try to do is too complicated. I am a simple person. I don't like complicated. So we'll give you specific strategies to deepen the pipeline. Things and plays that you can run now that will allow you to deepen the pipeline. And it's not theory. I don't do theory. I don't have time for theory. I want strategies that work. So we'll cover that. And then the next one on reserves is help you understand what do you have to cut and how do you get your money right. So in Rise If You Come, which you should because it's great, we're going to cover mindset, perspective, leads, deepening the pipeline, and then finally growing your reserves and cutting your expenses so you can make money. I hope you'll be there. There is massive opportunity in this market, as your market center is proving. There'll be, 4 million transactions this year, 8 million sides. What's your goal? 36? Was it 48 deals? 102 deals? Like there's enough for you if you're running the right plays, if you're showing up the right way, if your mindset is right. There is enough for you, and you have time to make up a gap if you have one. And I'll close with this. I was once doing a bold. I was in Orlando doing bold, and then the next day I was in Boise, Idaho. So I had to fly from Orlando to Salt Lake City and then Salt Lake City to Boise, Idaho. And I get on my flight one day from Orlando to Salt Lake City, and I sit down, and in comes this guy, and he's like, excuse me, can I sit right there? And he's sitting right next to me. And it was Lou Holtz. You know Lou Holtz. He was the head coach at Notre Dame for a really long time. Hall of Fame coach. Yeah. And I get to sit next to him for 3.5 hours or 4 hours as I fly from Orlando to Salt Lake. And I said, Coach, I'm going to let you rest, and I don't want to bug you, but I've got to take advantage of this opportunity. I'm a coach, you're a coach, and can I ask you one question? That's all I want to do is ask one question. He said, yes. I said, what is the difference between a winner and a loser in your mind? And what Lou Holtz told me was something that I think is very profound. He said, it's how you play the second half. How you play the second half determines whether or not you win or lose. He said there were games that they'd go in at halftime that they were up big and they lost, and there were games they went into halftime and they were down big and they won. He said how you play the second half determines whether or not you win or lose. Well, what are we entering right now? The second half. I don't care. You might be ahead of goal. Who gives a flip? Because you could suck for the rest of the year and lose. Or you might be behind. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. Because if you run the right plays, you can still hit your goal and win. There is enough opportunity for you, just not everybody. So we'll cover it. I hope this was helpful. You'll give them the details on the class, right? What day is it? June what?
June 5th, Wednesday,
June 5th.
from 9 to 3.
9
Yep.
to 3. I have it on my calendar. I can't wait. It's going to be so exciting. And I hope you pack the room and bring a friend. If I can help you with anything, reach out and let me know. I'm going to give you my phone number and my Instagram. My Instagram is James D. Shaw, James D. Shaw. And my cell phone is 813-523-8459, if I can help you. James D. Shaw on my Instagram. I hope to see some of you on the pivot call. Thank you, Milwaukee. Appreciate you so much. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Got it.
Thank you. You guys, I just want to share, kind of heard from the Lou Holtz of real estate coaching, right? And we get to spend a day with him. So if you are unsure, if you don't know if what he said resonated even in the least, join us on June 5th. We'll have the sign up later in the meeting today. And bring a friend, right? Because we're all in this together, and there's no reason why other co-brokes in the area can't see how amazing our training is as well. We'd be happy to help them do. Oh, here it is. Scan me, scan that, and join us. Okay. Okay. I'll leave it there for a minute. Well, Cherise scans it, but really, you guys, excited to have you. It'll be fun. Okay. Awesome. We have a couple operations and accounting updates that are going to be super important to you. So if you've already signed up for James Shaw and you guys tuned out, I need you to tune back in here because this is important. Well, this part we've already talked about, but soon it's important. We're closed Friday, the afternoon of the 24th, closed on the 27th, no team meeting on the 28th, right? Are we having a team meeting on the 28th?
No.
Awesome, love it. Okay, here's the important part though. What is going to be happening in early June is that we are going to be going through an accounting update, right? What is that? What was that?
I thought you were gonna say accounting nightmare.
Well, talk to Michelle about that. Maybe. One of the things, how many people get super frustrated that they don't know where they are in their cap or their royalty, or it's incorrect, or I have to call Michelle to find out, and I don't want to do that because I don't want to bother her and blah, 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 right? Here's our business owners. You need this information so that you know where you are in terms of your business. And Keller Williams has heard us, and they are going to be helping us create that real-time experience for you. So agent commissions, cap tracking, other systems for managing your transactions in Command will get an upgraded new look with real-time live data. Exciting, right? Yeah. Good thing. Okay. Everything does take a minute to implement. So we need your help to make this as seamless as possible. The Command update is happening the first full week of June. It's going to start on June 1st, and we hope and pray and know that it will be done on June 10th. Okay, what that means is if you have commission requests specifically, please have them in by May 31st.
What do you mean specifically?
Okay, so opportunities, you can add at any point. You can get them in on June 2nd, 3rd, 4th, that doesn't matter. You can add database people on any of those.
You're talking about the commission and the command has to be done by May 31st.
May 31st, if you could. Here's the thing. If you add it on June 1st or June 2nd, just consider it practice because you're going to have to do it again because it's going to go away. Okay, so May 31st or June 11th for commission entry. Make sense? When? June 11th, start on June 11th. Love it. Good job. All right. What that also means is that one of the things we have to do is prioritize what we can process for commissions in that 5-day window, 5 business days. Sounds like a lot longer because it's June 1st through June 10th, but we have 2 weekends on each side. So 5 days in there. We've got a list of your projected closings. So we know who's got closings coming up. And here's my ask. Michelle, would you raise your hand just in case nobody knows you in the back corner? Let me introduce you to our friend Michelle Miller. She does an amazing job. Very, very little bandwidth in these 5 days to make sure people get paid. So we're gonna ask, for those of you who have deep reserves and don't mind waiting for perhaps June 11th, 12th, 13th, if you have a closing during that week, we're gonna ask you to consider putting off your payment. We will get you your money, I promise. But if you don't have great reserves, and perhaps it's been a hot second since you've had a closing and you're super excited because you're taking your kids to Disneyland and you need that commission check to take those kids to Disneyland, we want to help get your kids to Disneyland. So let us know, and we're going to prioritize your closing during that time. Okay, so what I'm saying is, if you absolutely need your closing, we are happy to do it for you. Let us know. We're a partner in this. Let us know. If you can take a breath and you don't mind getting a nice payday the 2nd week of June, that's exciting too. Let us know. Okay, make sense? And then June 14th, 15th, 16th, you're going to see everything in real time. And you're never going to have to wonder again. And now you're going to have to find other reasons to go talk to Michelle. Okay, good. Did I cover everything you need? Do you need anything else?
Great.
Are you sure? Okay, I'm sure, because what I tend to see happens is that I'll say something in here and everybody's shaking their head like it looks great, and then there's a line outside Michelle's door after the team meeting goes. Happy to answer any questions you have, and I promise you, if you're wondering about this question, somebody else is. Any questions?
Okay, I just want to clarify. So
Yeah.
you're not paying out any commissions in that red area, June 1st through 10th, even if they're in there before they close during that period?
Thank you for
Is
clarifying.
that it?
No, that is not it.
Oh,
We can,
right, if you really need it,
correct.
but in general, if you're not.
If you can wait,
Okay, that's considered our blackout. So it doesn't matter if it's in there or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, okay, I got it now.
Figure it out, absolutely.
Everybody get that? Tony, mind right? Jean Greco, Realty.
Is the process of submitting commissions going to remain the same? This is just the period in which the accounting software is connecting?
Great question.
Or is that going to change?
It will change slightly, but so much so that our fabulous Michelle Miller thinks that it will not be a challenge for anyone sitting in this room. And we'll make sure that you know all the ins and outs. And Kathleen, our trainer, education gal, is holding up her hand in the back.
I've got some training opportunities on the calendar in June, so just make
Perfect.
sure you or an admin is plugging into those. There'll be one in person here at the office, there'll also be one on Zoom, so. When you see those opportunities in June, just take advantage of them. If you can't get to one, just holler at me. We have some resources, we have PDFs, we have guides, we have all the stuff for you.
Excellent, thank you.
And it should be pretty simple.
Yeah, I've been on quite a few trainings already, about 10 of them. So I think it's gonna be very user friendly. It's gonna be a lot of just, let's see what this button does, let's see what this button does. But it's gonna be all like,
It's much more intuitive.
yeah.
And things you can talk about Michelle with now that it won't be commissioned. She loves cooking. She makes a crazy good cauliflower hummus. She loves her kids. She's getting to know all about lacrosse, just in case you need to talk. Okay, yes.
For the commissions, if we already submitted, are they going to disappear?
No,
Or,
no, they're gonna be
Okay.
good.
they're
If
just-
they are in, you're good.
Okay.
If you put them in, yes, we
Oh,
want
so-
you to
oh,
do
you
that.
want us to.
You have between now and May
Okay.
31st to put
Got it.
all the commissions in, put everything
Okay.
in, put everything in. If on June 1st, you're like, oh shoot, I'm gonna go put it in now,
Then no, we don't.
then you're gonna have to do it again.
Gotcha.
Okay, okay, awesome. Good questions. Thank you, thank you. And of course, we're here to answer any questions that you have that you're not thinking of right now, so all good. Okay, We're on a roll, so I'm gonna keep going and invite Kathleen up to do the tech and marketing updates. What am I forgetting? Am I forgetting anything? Hang on, I think I got everything. Looking at Pat like he's gonna help me. Did I forget anything?
Okay, okay, this is the second week in a row, I've got something exciting for you.
Woo.
Who does not like having to create a smart plan to send one email to your database?
Yeah.
What if you could just select the people in your database and hit send email?
Yeah.
Guess what? You can.
Yay.
Okay, so here's how this is gonna work. You now have the ability to send one-off emails to your contacts in your database. There's no need to create a smart plan in order to do so. So I've said this a couple of times. When they first created smart plans, the intention was to help you with like lead follow-up. So you would get like a Facebook lead, you'd stick them on a smart plan, it would auto-communicate until they actually responded, right? That was kind of the original idea of smart plans. We've since done it and used it as more like one-off communications to our databases, right? And it's worked really well. But now we can create those one-off emails without having to create a smart plan first. So you can do up to 500 contacts at a time. That's your bulk action ability in your database. It's going to utilize your command email subscription. So it's going to come from within command. And those emails will be logged on the contacts timeline. Know that those 500 contacts will be BCC'd, so blind copied, so they won't be able to see who's all receiving this email. And you can store up to 10 email signatures for yourself. So it actually has the ability to create an email signature, much like we would have had to design in smart plans previously. So I think this is a really great update. You can make attachments to these emails, like PDF attachments. So it's gonna work almost like Gmail for you. Yes, ma'am.
Is there any limit to like how many emails you can like send out like per a client or?
No, it's just using your command email subscription. I think that's at like 3,000 emails a month before you have to start paying, or 5,000 emails a month before you have to start paying. So I'd be a little wary of that. I would not use this or be like, hey, that inspection came through, right? Like, let's keep that into Gmail because that we don't have to worry about the limit on. But if you just have a one-off communication you want to send to your database, you don't have to create a smart plan to do that. I'm excited about this, yeah.
If do they have the ability to unsubscribe from that?
Yeah, so it's gonna be.
No,
It will follow the TCPA guidelines. There will automatically be an unsubscribe button added to those emails.
So then if they unsubscribe, then you can't do it to them in the future, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Unless they get.
Yeah.
Be instructed how to resubscribe.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah.
But I think it is.
It was,
Yeah.
she said it, I didn't.
If
a great question.
Michelle says it, I'll say thank you. If
I
Michelle
had
says
my
it,
eyes.
I'll say it.
So maybe still use, tags to filter out your database before you email them. Okay. And then we talked about this last week. I just want to remind everybody who wasn't here that we have a new sign install company that you can use. Who's already reached out to them, gotten an account? Okay, what was the process like? What'd you think, Jeff?
Super easy, and they were super nice. I mean, they made it quick and simple for us.
Yeah, Scott, what was your experience with them?
Same. I mean, they got a couple emails back and forth. It's all taken care of.
Okay,
And
so
they're picking up signs.
they're picking up the signs from the other place, right? Like you don't have to go break up with your previous vendor. They're gonna do it for you. Did you guys customize your posts or no? Did you customize the post at all?
I am unsure. Jimmy did it.
We're working on it. Okay, so you can customize this post, the colors of it. Here's some examples. So you can go like all black with your post. You can do a combination of colors. Again, the red color is exclusive to KW agents. And these guys are really going to take care of that sign because we know that's a major investment in your business, right? Those sign panels are not cheap. And you don't wanna be replacing them every 3 days just because they get all scratched up in the back of the van. So they're wrapping them in towels, they're taking care of them. This company is their pride and joy, much like your businesses are your pride and joy, and I think it's a really great match for us. So. And then just another plug for our social branding boot camp. I know a couple people probably went to the TOSA office on Thursday for the launch. Coming up this week, we're gonna dive into your brand creation. This is also available on Zoom. That Zoom link is in your weekly email from me.
Can you unsubscribe from that?
No, because it's from Gmail.
Awesome.
You cannot unsubscribe to me. So yeah, we're gonna start talking about actually creating your brand this week. Cool. Headshot day, yay. If you are in desperate need of a new headshot, which I'm sure some of you are, we're hosting a headshot day out at the Lakeshore Commons out in Oak Creek on June 12th from 10 to 2. If you're interested in a time slot, I would hurry up and scan this QR code because they will go quickly. And yeah, let's get some updated shots, everybody.
Everyone's still holding.
I know there's a lot of like phones up right now, so I'll just give it a second. All right,
Okay, awesome. John, thank you, Kathleen. Thank you, marketing crew. Defender Dawn.
Defender Dawn.
I'm the only one with my picture up there, so I get to know. So, August 17th is the new date for the NAR settlements changes to go into effect. So just know that that's coming. We'll see what changes that brings to,
Is it in stone yet or not? Has the judge signed off on it?
it's been approved, yes.
Okay, I mean,
Yeah, we don't know exactly
I hadn't
how
heard
it's gonna
that
look.
all I ever heard was that the judge had not signed off on this, that
They have a very, okay, technically I haven't either, but they do have this launch date and they're driving to it and they will, I do not believe they will miss it. So
Yeah.
that's
So
happening.
this is our new date.
It was up to realtors who would miss it, but it's not up to us.
I think if it were up to realtors, we wouldn't even talk about it.
No, we wouldn't
It have happened.
Yeah, so that's why we're gonna start getting ready now. One of the changes that is going to be mandatory as of that date is that buyer agency agreements are gonna be mandatory before showing a home to a buyer. For some of you guys, if all of your clients.
is it mandatory by who?
Just by.
I mean, it's not a Keller Williams thing.
No,
it's-
no,
this is,
that-
everybody will be
Yes.
playing under these
Everyone plays
same
same
rules.
rules.
Yes,
Correct.
same rules for everybody. So if you're somebody who, you only work with buyers that you already know, past clients, referrals, this may not affect you if you're starting with a consultation, having an appointment, having a buyer agency agreement signed before you go look at any houses. But if you are maybe somebody who gets a lot of sign calls on your listings and somebody says, hey, I wanna look at this house that you have listed, or if you are getting leads from a paid lead source and they are people who are wanting to look at a house right away, start getting ready for this now. You'll have to have that agreement in place before you show that buyer any home.
And how are you gonna do open houses?
So if you're, so that's a good rule for you.
It is a good question. There seems to be some leeway around open houses and we'll be sharing a little bit more about that as we get a little bit more comfortable with what that is. And part of it is understanding that they are not your client until they sign that buyer agency, right? So.
So people that don't have the chance to go to see a house and go write an offer with a lawyer, can go to open houses so they can see it and then write the offer with somebody.
We will dive deeper into that when we know a little bit more and we
See how
won't
it-
make it up.
See how
So
it
right now,
plays
we're
out.
making it up.
I wish I could the answer, but that's a good question.
Just keep a lot of buyer agency agreements.
Keep a
in
lot of
your
buyer
car.
agency, so the thing that
You
people.
have them at the open house and see, sign it, you got it.
So the thing that we're hearing, that I'm hearing from people, especially people who maybe get a lot of leads where it's like, hey, I wanna be able to still run my business the way I'm running my business, show somebody a house, is people dating buyer agency agreements for maybe a week. So, okay, so they're okay with, if they buy that house within the week, maybe you could do exclusive just for this house, if they're not comfortable
Yeah.
yet having a consult.
We do that.
Still
We've
try
done
and
that
get the
many times.
appointment,
Yeah.
still try and convert the client, but if they just wanna see that house, you can still get them in and show your value.
And it's Dawn's job to tell you, to keep you this side of legal and ethical.
Yeah.
It's my job to help you understand best practice, right? And one of the things we knew that this would push on, just like you have to explain your value to a client that you're listing with before they work with you, you're going to have to get really comfortable explaining your value to buyers before they work with you. So imagine being able to have that conversation, and I get that this isn't always practical. I totally understand this. But imagine being able to have that conversation and say, if you work with me as your buyer representative, I will be able to do X, Y, and Z. So sign here. Let's not sign this for a week. Let's not sign this for one house. Let me help you understand how I will provide value for you throughout this transaction, and sign again. Again, I know this is not always practical. This is the practical one. I'm the dreamer. The other thing I want you guys to be thinking about, there's a lot of conversation about, oh, this is gonna push, perhaps I'm gonna have to lower my commission rate. Just say, thought exercise, what do you have to deliver? What do you have to become to actually demand more of commission? And have that be something that your buyer is happy to pay.
Do you have a book or something we could read on negotiating?
You know what, I think Pat, my friend here, has that book, right? Read The Full Fee Agent, understand a little bit about how he does that. Find your tribe of people who like the value you provide. And let's not be commodity-based, race to the bottom, cheap realtors. That's what got us in this mess to begin with. And the fact that we are outpacing the market and delivering really quality results and getting the reviews and getting the business we have shows that this room is professional and knows what they're doing. I want you guys to walk away knowing that and being really proud of the work that you do and being comfortable presenting that to your people. Okay, so, yeah.
Can you still do customer disclosure in shorts?
Buyer agency, because then what happens if they're not offering commission?
Well, that's why you have to communicate this, you can talk to the listing agent and so on prior, and then do a customer disclosure.
So the tricky part there is then you're negotiating your,
Well, let me just say, as we get closer and closer to the August 17th date,
Yeah.
we'll have sessions that dive deeper into these. Again, we don't want to give you information that isn't helpful right now.
Yeah.
But general good practice, and I think a lot of people in this room do this already, you get the buyer agency signed. If you're not that person, do that, get it, okay? And if you are that person and you have a list of how do I handle this, how do I handle this, let us know, and we'll make sure that's included in those trainings.
I just want to also say, like, WRA is gonna be updating our forms, and we're kind of waiting for a lot of information to come from WRA. A lot of the questions that you have are going to come from them as we progress towards August. And I'm sure once those forms get updated, it's gonna provide a heck of a lot of clarity regarding like open houses and things like that. So I'm just kind of like, I personally am waiting more for to see what WRA gives us as guidelines.
yeah.
Quick question, if you write it on the buyer's agreement that it's good for only a week and you get like an accepted offer with this buyer, does it have, then you have to extend that out to the end of closing? Or
No.
It's okay.
It's okay. Yep.
Yep.
Correct.
Yeah, I think Kathleen's point, WRA actually sent out an email yesterday called buyer agency agreements and written buyer agreements, it answers a lot of these questions.
Okay, awesome.
Excellent.
Cool.
Algebra resource,
Do
love it.
do you know of how they're going to police, like,
Not sure yet.
someone having it or not?
Not sure yet. Yeah.
Not sure yet, but here's the thing we know, accepted offers used to be 2 pages, and they're now 9, because they've gone to the courts, right? So,
Scott?
One thing that we all can do that I don't know if anyone has or has thought of is there is non-exclusive buyer agency too. So you could just sign them under buy, instead of doing customer, non-exclusive buyer agency. That means they can be a buyer agent with 6 other realtors as a last resort. And I think this is gonna be a good thing because it forces us to have that conversation. And if 5 people get the same lead and you're the one that says, hey, you need to meet with me, we need to do this, it's hard. But if everyone says that, then it raises our professionalism.
100%. Yep. So more to come in this for sure. Takeaway for today, if you, buyer agency, just get them. And then if you have questions about how they work, let us know. Maybe Dawn can be a keeper of the questions. We'll make sure the training comes. comes out.
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
Couple other things for you guys. So just a reminder, I know Sarah sends out a mid-month reminder every month about timelines for submitting your opportunities. So we talked this morning or this afternoon already about the changes happening with the accounting software on the back end. That's gonna take a lot of bandwidth for Michelle and Emily as they're working through commission processing. So making sure that, number one, that you're getting your opportunities submitted within 48 hours of that for listings, for the signed listing contract, and then within 10 calendar days for your accepted offers. And then from there, so that's your initial submission. The thing that Michelle told me something on Friday that was kind of like mind blowing to me. And I think I'm kind of preaching to the choir with a lot of this room, but on Friday, they were processing commissions for closings that happened, and half of them were not able to be paid out on Friday because they were missing documents from their opportunities. Half of them. So not only is that a lot of work.
I'm not looking at anyone in particular. I don't know who did it, yeah, who did it. So
Yeah.
do not take this as a personal affront, but
Half.
Half.
50%?
50%.
Yes.
So that's a lot, and that's a lot of Emily sending an email to agents saying, hey, it looks like you're missing these things. That's taking a lot of time and bandwidth from Michelle and Emily, especially if they're going into this transition.
And it's your money.
And it's your money.
It's your money.
We want to make sure you get paid. Make sure that you've got those documents submitted, you know, you've got that initial submission. It's not gonna have everything there. You're gonna get it kicked back saying you're missing earnest money receipt and your special letters. We know you're not gonna have those things. So as you get them, just keep resubmitting it. Aim to have that approved before the property closes. Yes.
Just a quick question. I've noticed sometimes transactions are sitting in return status, until closing.
Yeah.
And so sometimes I feel like we don't necessarily know if something is missing because it was in return.
If it's returned, that means there's an action item for you, either something is missing, or if something needs attention, there's a little looks like a speech bubble, and there is a note in there from Sarah about what needs to be changed. So if it's in return, it means that there's an action item for agents.
So if there was an action item and then we resubmitted, it still stays in return.
Nope, so it'll say resubmitted, and then once it's just know if it's, until it's approved. Robbie, how does that look? I'm calling you on.
So it'll say, so it comes back to return.
Yeah.
And also if you have an actual document that is, got a problem with Sarah, you'll get an email and it'll have a link, say one document actually returned.
Yep.
That'll have the speech bubble next to it to fix it. All the other documents that are missing will say missing in red.
Yep.
And then once you resubmit, it'll say resubmitted and it'll be ready for them to resubmit.
So it'll say resubmitted. So anytime it says returned, it's action for agents. Thanks, Robbie.
Yeah.
And if you have questions.
Compliance at that time.
Yeah.
The key is to resubmit.
Yes.
So that it goes back to Sarah to look at.
And even as I'm listening to you guys, I don't have transactions that I get approved. And it can sound like hocus pocus, right? Like resubmitted, submitted, we did this, wait, I think I'm good. If you have questions, please reach out. Sarah, Kathleen,
Can I just
Michelle.
also add to that, like,
Yeah.
Sarah is not here to hold anybody's money back.
Yeah.
If you're having problems getting documents.
Well, except for the conversation that I've had with her.
But, like, if you're having a problem, say like, right now I'm having a problem getting an earnest money receipt, and I've emailed this group like 15 times, I've called them, texted them, and I emailed Sarah today, and she's like, all right, just give me a PDF of the email that you tried to get this from her, and she hasn't replied.
Yep.
And upload that. Obviously, that's a last resort type of thing. But communicating with Sarah, making sure she knows what's going on, and she will give you the path to your solution.
There you go.
Awesome.
That's what we're all about, path to solution.
Cool. If there's questions, just shout.
Call the pathway.
If this is something you hate even thinking about and you're not on a team with a transaction manager, like Box Solutions is a good option too. If you want someone to take care of that for you and you don't have to think about it, that's an option too. That's what I got. Yes. Yeah.
Could I use that as an earnest money receipt?
Yep, just say this.
Okay. Okay, such a technical team meeting, you guys. There's a lot. So let's back up. Big picture, May is coming to an end. We've got about a week and a half left. It's a great month. It's been a great month. A couple things that are coming up. I want to shout out in Scott's region, in the Chicago area, they're bringing Jenny Wolek on Thursday to do Quantum Leap. Jenny Wolek is an amazing instructor. If you don't mind a little bit of a drive down, go participate, register and participate in that. That's this Thursday. Again, we're closed Friday afternoon, Monday, no team meeting on Tuesday for Memorial Day. We've got the investment mastermind is tomorrow. It's grown, there's such interest and we love that. We're gonna move it to the New Berlin Ale House. So if you regularly participate in this, Tina just perked up back there, go follow the little Pied Piper over to the New Berlin Ale House and talk about growing your investment.
IPAs.
Okay, and have an IPA while you're at it, there you go. Okay, June 5th, if you haven't registered, here's your chance again. James Shaw, register, bring a friend. So one of our newest communities is the Rainbow Network. June is Pride Month, there's a parade, talk to Zach. MREA notes, scan here for information on the MREA podcast if you're looking for ways to build your business. And we've got 3 minutes for listings. Who's got what?
Check the list. They're all on the list.
Check the list. Jay's got a hand up.
3-bedroom condo, New Berlin, being freshly painted, brand new carpet, and like 300.
Nice.
Elmfield, Wales Ranch, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1.78 acres, very nicely redone. For 4 1/4, both to be the first bedroom.
Awesome. Good work. Yes, ma'am.
We have one going into delayed today in Berlin. It is a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath, but it has a 2-car attached and then a 2-car detached garage.
How much?
$399.9.
So you can have a small family and lots of toys. Awesome. What else? Anything else? Yes, sir.
Coming soon in June sometime, it is a 1,800 square foot ranch in Waukesha on 3 acres, beautifully landscaped, beautiful updates inside. I have pictures, list price is 500.
Love it. Excellent. 500 in Waukesha. Yes, ma'am.
I have a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath, South Milwaukee, completely remodeled head to toe, 250 going live next week.
Very nice.
And then a coming soon in Wauwatosa, 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
Taylor.
I have a coming soon in Genesee, 4-bed, 3.5 bath, 2,600 square feet on an acre with a pool in ground for $515.
What's it? Is it a ranch?
Yeah, with walkout basement.
Oh, that's a.
Walkout basement. I think we've made some connections, which is the whole point of this conversation. So if you heard something you want to follow up on it. We're gonna release you to the wilds. Have an amazing rest of your week. You guys are amazing. We'll see you not next week, 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks. See you in 2 weeks.
Not a ranch.
Good luck, guys.
Not a ranch.
You're amazing.
Not a ranch? Not a ranch. I still talk to you. Like, it's a deal breaker for them.
Okay.
And you're like,
I don't figure out, but
I was on vacation.
Bye, guys. Dropping the ball. I already filled it.